Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. All right, my guest today is Stan Mann, Solutions for Advisors. He's the CEO of that company. Stan, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, you can walk into any company and find $10,000 to $100,000 hidden in your business. You're also an author and a business and financial coach. I want you to give our audience some more depth to that introduction about who you are, what you do, and then let me walk through a list of questions that I have that set up for today's interview.
Okay, well, I can walk in any business, find them $10,000, $100,000, maybe $150,000. And an editor found out I could do this, so he had me write a book, and I need case studies to get more credibility to it. And it's just amazing what I can find. I found people, they had $100,000 that was just laying on the table, and they're just losing it, not taking advantage of it. So I can help them do that. I help them know the key to successful marketing, how to write headlines, and it's all in marketing.
I agree
Now,
with you. A lot of it
yeah,
really is. Let me dive down into this real quick because we only have so much time and I have so many questions for you. The first thing that I wanted to get into with you was how to reduce the number of times you have to touch a prospect before they become a client. Open that up for me.
yeah, okay. Well, the key to successful marketing is you must enter the conversation that's going on in the prospect's head. Or the other way to look at it, you have to know address the number one problem that they're talking about. And the number one problem that all business owners have, and especially financial advisors, is there's a problem they have and they don't want. And the result that they have, they want, but they don't have. And so what you're to do is to find out what those problems are and to address them. And when you address those problems, if you use, I call it the conversion equation, and when you address those problems, you cut down the number of touch points just dramatically. It's amazing.
I
And
agree with you.
yeah.
Keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay,
Go ahead.
well, I was just going to say, that's a huge expense. I was reading about Procter and Gamble. They used to only need 90 touch points way back in 1995. Now they need something like 190 touch points, and it's still growing. And that's okay for them because they got deep pockets and they can keep making all these touch points. But, the usual small business owner, he doesn't have those kind of deep pockets. So using this conversion equation, we can reduce the touch points down to only 10 or 12 or maybe less. And that's because we engage the client on their hot buttons, the things that's bothering them, the problems they're having that they want to solve.
You also put together compelling marketing material. I'd like you to open that up because that is the art. It really is.
Well, as far as marketing material, I've got a ton of it. I join a group of coaches. There's a whole group of us, about 1,000, and we have a university for marketing university. It's like going to the Harvard marketing school, but you don't have to leave your office. It's all online. It's a whole lot faster and a whole lot cheaper, I'll tell you. And all these things that I'm talking about are in there, and the clients can have access to all of that stuff. And we have all kinds of programs that can make it pretty affordable too.
Tell me
And
about money making websites because that's something that everybody is focused on, their apps and their websites, the communication between the two to get into a conversion ratio. That's one of the things you also wanted to bring up.
yes, that's very important. Most advisors don't have a way of keeping in touch with the people. They miss 99% of the people that come to their website. Uh, Research has shown that most people that come to a website, they're not ready to buy yet. 99% of them aren't ready to buy yet. They're looking for more information. But what do most advisors have on their website? Call me now. Here's my telephone number. Send me an email. Let's get in touch. And that, just puts off 99% of the advisors. So what you need is a powerful lead magnet. That's to offer them some very valuable information if they'll simply give you only their name and their email. And that way you can market with them continually and do what I call a drip campaign. And that's where you nurture them by sending them valuable information. And so they're top of mind. So when they are ready to buy, they think of you. And research has shown about 60% of these people will eventually contact you and talk about doing business with you. And so that's really huge.
Where should most advisors be spending their marketing time?
Well, their marketing time, and that kind of merges with the selling time. If I understand your question, they should be spending most of the time trying to get in front of people. Now, the goal of marketing is not to sell your product. Marketing won't sell it. What marketing will do will make it much easier for you to get into a selling conversation with your prospect. That's the whole object of it. So you get your marketing to make it easier for you to get in contact with them. And then when you get a conversation with them, a selling conversation, then you do your sales process and convert them into clients.
What
So,
about the huge cost in marketing? Because we're talking about it now. How do you reduce that to an efficient level? And I know that varies depending on the type of company, but everybody wants to do the same thing. They all want to reduce the amount of money they spend on marketing to get, if you will, a bigger bang for their buck.
okay, well, yeah, you can reduce what you spend on marketing. Uh, Most of those ideas that I show people on when I do a review of their business, and I show them how they can, um, you know, find $10,000, $100,000 on the website. Most of those are no cost or very low cost. They're pretty inexpensive to do. So you'll save money just by using those processes that I use. And I describe it on my website, as stanmann.com. It's pretty easy. It's my name, stanmann.com. And I talk all about how you can do it there. But I'm all for not spending a lot of money on marketing. Of course, sometimes you can if you want to pay for click advertising, if that pays off, if you do research and you find that when you pay for click marketing, like on Google, you have to be careful, make sure that you make more money than you spend. And you have to do that very cautiously at first. And if that works, you can ramp it up, but you got to make sure that it's paying you money first. So to answer your question, that's pretty much the approach. That these things that I tell you to do, they don't cost too much.
Yeah, we're about out of time, Stan, but before we go, you've been doing this for quite a while. And if you
Yeah,
could leave us with just a nugget or two or a key to successful marketing before we close out.
a key to success. Well, I suppose it's belief in yourself, faith in your product, and the ability to keep on going in the face of rejection. Now, there's a lot of rejection in sales, and you should be glad, because if it were easy, they'd only be paying you minimum wage. And this is why we get paid the big bucks. We really get paid the big bucks in sales because we face rejection and we keep on going in spite of it. Because the truth of it is you're going to get a lot more no's than you get yeses. It's like mining for gold. You get a lot of rocks and sticks and junk before you find a nugget here or there of gold. But it pays off big time.
All right, Stan, thanks for being my guest today. I really appreciate your time.
Okay, it was a pleasure being here. It's great talking to you.
You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Don't forget, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.